What's up, everybody? Hambo for back another video, and man, today has been crazy, dog. Today, the RTX 3080s came out, and they sold out in like 15 seconds. That's what people are saying. They sold out very, very quickly. I tried to get one because the reviews came out yesterday. Gamers Nexus, Linus Tech Tips, all the big YouTubers, Jace 2 Cents, Paul's Hardware, everybody was basically raving about it. Now, obviously, NVIDIA's marketing was a bit, wild. They overshot the numbers. They were saying it's twice as fast as the 2080. Lots of like extensive marketing that wasn't really true, like, word for word, but it was still a good card overall. From reviews, what people are saying was like, it's still a good card. And I wanted one just because coming from a 2070, which is basically the equivalent of like a 1080, a GTX 1080, a 1080 Ti, sorry. It's about that equivalent. I was looking at 90% performance improvements, 80 to 90%, and that is sick. That's like, imagine if you're getting like 60 FPS in the game, or maybe if you're getting one of the examples I saw in the benchmarks. Siege 2, you're getting like 186 frames on my GPU, and then the 3080 is doing 330 FPS, all maxed out settings, 330 FPS. The Division, I think, was another one where it was getting like 100 FPS on my card, and then 191 FPS on the 3080. These are I don't remember the numbers like word for word or number for number exactly, but those are approximates. Like it was crazy gains. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. The pricing, it was at like, I think it was $700 for the 3080, and then you had some AIB cards or some custom cards, some custom coolers that were at like $750, $800. And I was just going for the EVGA one. I was really trying to go for any one I could get, but the EVGA one was the one that I went for. And the sites just crashed, man. Honestly, the thing that I really want to come on here to say is the launch was just ridiculous. The launch was stupid. Like, number one, just going off of the things I saw on Reddit, number one, the micro centers barely had any GPUs. You're talking like 12 to 20 GPUs in the entire store for the day one. Like, that's not a lot of people, or not a lot of cards for people to get. People were lined up from yesterday, 5 p.m. yesterday after closing. So just imagine, like, a store closes, there's a product that's coming out tomorrow. The moment the store closes, people are lined up at the store waiting for tomorrow for them to open up and get it. Like, it was like that. And the lines were long. But really, the in-store wasn't really my issue. Like, some stores didn't have any, which is unfortunate. I feel like they should have sent it out to every store, or at least delayed it until every store had some stock at least. But that's not really my biggest concern, because if your store has it, then all you got to do is just, who wants to wait the longest. That's really it, honestly. Who wants to line up first? And that's not really a big deal. But the problem is online. Online was a tragedy. It was ridiculous. Online was stupid. It was literally like the equivalent of, like, because I've like bought Supreme products, the Supreme clothing, and their sellout times are in the seconds. Like, it's ridiculous. It's sometimes in the fractions of seconds. So it's just bots. It's just bots. It's not real people. It's just bots doing that. And like Nike shoe drops, it's the same thing. Like, sometimes there's bots. But this was literally the equivalent of that. From what I've heard, there were also bots for this launch as well. And it's just ridiculous, man. Like, you literally have no opportunity. Like, I was on the websites. I had B&H open, B&H Photo and Video. I had Newegg, I had Amazon, I had Best Buy, and I had EVGA.com and NVIDIA.com. So just in case, those were like backups. But I was just refreshing. And literally, like, they were just saying sold out. And Amazon pissed me off, honestly. Amazon was literally on sleep mode. Like, they didn't post the cards at all. Like, every other store at least had them up. They had the prices. It would say like sold out, or it would say coming soon, and then it would just flip to sold out or out of stock, whatever. But Amazon was just like, nah, I'm not even going for it. They didn't even put them on the site. Like, they had them on the site, but they didn't even stock them up. So it just said currently unavailable the whole time. But Newegg was having errors. You were getting HTTP 1.1 errors on Newegg. Best Buy was getting some, Best Buy was just slow. For me, Best Buy worked, it was just slow. But yeah, like it was, the drop was ridiculous. And people were calling it a paper launch beforehand. If you don't know what a paper launch is, basically it's when a company releases a very, very limited amount of something. Like it's basically, I wouldn't say it's strictly for hype, but it's just to like, it's like on paper it's a launch, but in reality, probably couple thousand people have the cards. You know what I mean? Like it's that's what a paper launch usually means. People were saying that beforehand, before the cards even came out. People were saying like, yo, this is a paper launcher, this is going to be a paper launch. And I didn't want to believe it, because I was just like, you know what, like they might put out some good stock, especially since they're they're doing the announcement on the 1st, they come out 2 weeks later, so I'm like, okay, they should have some stock, they're giving the reviewers. But then when they pushed back the reviews because of COVID shipping, and people were saying just a lot of stuff, there's just a lot of information out there, like, yeah, this launch might not be what y'all think it is. Like the quantities are going to be so small. And by the time the launch was going on, I was kind of already discouraged. I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. But I tried anyway. I was at work, so it wasn't really the best internet connection. It wasn't the best opportunity, but I did get close one time though. So I'll tell you how I got close. So I was on Newegg and refreshing it on Newegg, and one popped, the one that was it the one that I wanted? I think, yeah, it was the one that okay, I remember. So it was the one that I wanted that popped up. It was the NVIDIA XC3 Ultra RTX 3080, and I had it in my cart. But the problem was, since I was at work, you can't have, for my job, I can't have electronics at work. So that means I can't access my main Newegg account, because it was on Newegg. I couldn't access my account because I tried to sign in beforehand. I was signed in on Best Buy and Amazon, but I tried to sign in on Newegg like before the drop actually went on. But they asked me to submit them a code that was sent to my email. I can't access my email because, no phone, no Gmail. So it was just like, I had to make a new account. But I didn't do that at the time, because I honestly didn't want to use Newegg. I wanted to use Best Buy or Amazon, because I don't really like Newegg's return policy. But anyway, Newegg was the only site that actually came out. So, it was kind of, it bit me in the butt. But I put it in the cart, and I had put in my PayPal information. And the first time you buy, you'll have the cart in the checkout page, and it shows like the information, then it says checkout. The next page is usually just a review page, like it just shows everything, the price, and then you just hit like finish. I could have gotten to that page, but it pulled up a sign in page because I wasn't signed in. So I was like, oh my god. I almost had it. And another time, just literally 10 minutes ago, I just went on Best Buy for fun, and there was a card on there, a gigabyte card. I tried to get it, but it was going in and out of stock, and then it just eventually said sold out again. So that one didn't go through either. But those are the only times I got close. But other than that, like, it's even, I'm in the Discord, I'm in the PC Master Race Discord. Barely anybody has them. Reddit, I don't see many people getting them. It's like, who's really getting them other than people that lined up at Micro Centers? Like, they're not at Best Buy stores. Online is tripping. The bots have ran okay, people say, okay, it's bots. Who has it? Like, I don't see it on Twitter. Who has the card? Like, okay, you say it's bots, but bots, usually there's people behind them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's people running the bot. Where is the confirmations? Like, I've only probably seen, I can count on one hand how many confirmations that I've seen of people that actually have the card. It's ridiculous. But it is what it is. This is my first time doing this whole drop thing live. I'm not really too pissed. I was mostly mad at first, I was mad. My head was actually hurting because I couldn't get the card. I was kind of, upset initially, but that went away quickly. My main issue was just the drop. Like, the launch was just stupid. It was just dumb. Like, it was set up so bad, and these websites have to know that their servers are gonna drop, are gonna crash. Literally earlier today at like midnight, when they did the PS5 event, or it was actually yesterday, they did the PS5 event. I didn't watch the PS5 event because I'm getting a PS5, but I didn't, like, they were just showing more games, and I didn't know if they were gonna show the price or not. They eventually did. It's $5.99 or $4.99 for the regular version, $3.99 for the digital. And they had pre-orders, and Walmart just launched pre-orders. They just did it, and their site was slow. I don't think they announced it. They just did it. Target did it as well, and then Best Buy eventually came around and did it. And Best Buy site, I tried to do it just for fun. I was like, let me see if I can pre-order the digital edition. The site was literally crumbling. The site was crumbling. Like, you couldn't even add You couldn't even add a TV or a phone to your cart. Like, it was literally crumbling. You couldn't do anything on the site. It was broken. And that's just goes to show, like, the servers aren't built for this mass, like, influx of, you know, traffic. It's just, these websites can't handle it. They can't handle it. It shouldn't be like this, but the websites can't handle it. And you're talking that, just the traffic alone. And then you throw bots in there that are doing all these automations, and it's just, it's ridiculous. It's like, how are people meant to get the card? Like, I don't get it. But all in all, I'm not really too stressed. My system has a 2070 in it, which, like I said before, is like the equivalent to a 1080 Ti. It's a non-super, so it's not 2070 super. But I'm not too pressed. It is what it is. I'll just wait to see if I can get the 3090. I didn't really plan on getting that card. I'm just gonna see if I can get it, just, you know, to be in the fun. But hopefully, you know, maybe when AMD does their drop, because I don't plan on getting an AMD card no matter how powerful it is. I just don't like AMD. I don't like their software. And I guess I could say, instead of I don't like AMD software, I prefer NVIDIA software. I'll put it that way instead of, you know, bashing AMD. But, you know, if their cards are good and NVIDIA decides to drop a 3080 Super, I'm gonna try for that too. But honestly, the 3080s are expected to restock. My guess, my estimation, and other people as well, probably in 2 months. November is probably gonna be the restock date. But my whole thing, I hate to keep dragging this out, but it just intrigues me how little preparation there was. Like, why not it's like NVIDIA knows. Like, some people were saying like they were doing this on purpose to drive up prices, but that doesn't really make sense because NVIDIA doesn't make profit on after sales, you know, on sales made after the original sale. But my thing is, you could have prepared for this. Like, why not delay it? Like, I didn't mind waiting. What they could have did was announce it on the 1st and then give a whole month. You know COVID is coming, or is here, sorry, not coming. You know COVID is here, everything's delayed. So why not drop 3080 on September 30th to give yourself a whole month to give cards to the reviewers. They can do all their reviews. Give them to the reviewers on, say, the 10th or something like that. Or maybe you could have did it on the 13th, just like you did now, or the 16th, but just delay the actual release. And then during that month, you should have the cards done when you announce it. You shouldn't be still, I don't know if they're still producing the cards or, like, you know, making the cards. I don't really know the production process, but I don't know if they're still like getting the cards ready, because half the cards didn't even drop today. The Strix didn't drop. The ROG Strix didn't drop. The For the Win 3 didn't drop. I'm pretty sure the Aorus, if there was like an Extreme or something, that didn't drop either. Half the cards didn't even drop. So it's like they weren't ready. Like, why not just wait until the 30th? Do it then. Like send out all these cards to the stores. Put them in stores. Have a good amount of stock for every store. Make sure your online stuff is ready. Set up your servers, because you know, okay, on the 30th, this shit's gonna go crazy. So set up your servers, and then you'll be good. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. I don't know if they're trying to create artificial hype or keep this shit going. I don't know, but it's ridiculous. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm really, like I said before, I'm really more upset at the launch than me not getting the card. It's not really that big of a deal to me. Actually, side note, I just got a new case. It just came in today, a Lee 011 Dynamic, and some fans are coming in today as well. So I'm gonna basically take the day and just build it and just put it together. I'm kind of hyped because this case I'm using right now, this H510, it's crap. It's crap as far as airflow. I like the looks of it. It's one of my favorite looking cases. NZXT always makes good looking cases, but the airflow is not that good. And now that I realize this is my first case ever, other than like my original PC, like my original first PC that was like in some random case, and I quickly got that out of there like months later. But this is my first PC since that, and that was like 2015. My first case that is not made by NZXT. I didn't even put that together. My first case was a Source 530 from NZXT. My second case was a S340, and then my third case was this H510. So literally, I've never had cases not made by NZXT, and I guess I can show you guys it right here. So that is it. That is the Lee 011 Dynamic, and I cannot wait to put this build together, man. I'm really hyped, but I just wanted to put this out there, man. This launch was ridiculous. Hopefully NVIDIA steps up their game. And please don't drop a 3080 Super, or not 3080 Super, but like a 30, just just keep the 3080s going. Don't ruin your fan base by making a card and then putting out a better card later on. Because I even had to go through that. I bought a 2070. The reason why I don't have a Super is because I bought it a month before they announced the Super line, which was after, you know, AMD dropped their crap. So just chill, just chill. I hate that because it's like you're throwing away. It's like free performance that you can't get, you know. But it is what it is. I'm gonna cap it off like that. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the love and support on my last video, all the comments saying congratulations from PC. Thank you. I'm just, you know, it's just a hobby of mine. It's nothing like that I've made money off of from this or anything. It's something I've always been doing. So thank you guys for coming through to the video. Thank you guys for all this love and support. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.